That Thanksgiving, I didn't bring pie. I brought evidence. My name is Rachel Morrison, and for 7 years, I worked like a machine. 80-hour weeks as a senior financial analyst at Goldman Sachs. I graduated top of my class from NYU, built my career from nothing, climbed every ladder they said a girl from Brooklyn couldn't climb. While my family threw parties, I worked. While they went on vacations, I worked. While they bought new cars and renovated their homes, I worked. And I was proud of it, because I thought I was building something. A future, security, independence. What I didn't know was that my family was building something too. A criminal enterprise. Using my name. It started small. 3 years ago, my credit card was declined at a Starbucks near my office. Embarrassing, but I figured it was a mistake. I called the bank. They told me my account was overdrawn by $8,000. Impossible. I had $30,000 in that account. Turns out someone had been making withdrawals. Someone who knew my mother's maiden name, my social security number, my date of birth. Someone close. I reported it as fraud, got my money back, changed all my passwords, and moved on. I was too busy to investigate. I had a promotion coming up, a major client presentation, no time for drama, but it happened again, and again, and again. Credit cards opened in my name, store accounts at Macy's, Nordstrom, Best Buy, a car loan I never applied for. Then the big one, a mortgage. Someone had taken out a $250,000 mortgage using my perfect credit score, my income verification, my identity. By the time I discovered it, my credit score had dropped from 810 to 490. My promotion was delayed because the background check flagged financial irregularities. My dream of buying a condo in Manhattan evaporated. I hired a forensic accountant. Cost me $5,000 I didn't have, but within 2 weeks he found the trail, and it led straight to my family's front door in Queens. My mother had opened 3 credit cards in my name. Total charges, $47,000. Kitchen renovation, new furniture, a trip to Aruba. My brother Derek took out the car loan. A brand new BMW M5 he drove around like he'd earned it. $38,000 in my name. My sister, Jennifer, opened the store accounts. Shopping sprees for her kids, for herself, for her deadbeat husband. $22,000. But the worst? My father. He'd taken out the mortgage, used it to buy a rental property, and was collecting income from it every month. All while I struggled to pay rent on my studio apartment in Hell's Kitchen. Combined, they'd stolen over $350,000 from me, from their own daughter, their own sister. When I confronted them, they didn't apologize. They justified it. Family helps family, Mom said, as if identity theft was the same as borrowing $20. You make good money, Derek shrugged. You can afford it. We were going to pay you back eventually, Jennifer lied, eyes shifting. Dad said nothing, just stared at me like I was the problem for bringing it up. That's when I realized they didn't see me as family. They saw me as a resource, an ATM machine with a heartbeat. So I stopped being their daughter and became their worst nightmare. I spent 6 months building my case. I worked with a lawyer specializing in identity theft. I filed police reports for every single fraudulent account.
I contacted the FBI's Financial Crimes Division.
I gathered bank statements, credit reports, forged signatures, IP addresses from online applications, everything. I also filed a victim affidavit with the FTC, officially declaring myself a victim of identity theft. This cleared my name legally and shifted all liability to the perpetrators. My perpetrators. Then I did something they never expected. I kept showing up to family dinners. I smiled. I laughed. I played along. Because I wanted them comfortable. I wanted them complacent. Thanksgiving 2024 arrived. Mom's house in Queens was decorated beautifully. The whole family was there, aunts, uncles, cousins, neighbors. Mom loved showing off. I arrived at 2 p.m., carrying a beautiful pie from the bakery in a leather folder under my arm. Rachel, you made it! Mom hugged me like she hadn't robbed me blind. We sat down for dinner. Turkey stuffing, all the traditions. Dad said grace, thanking God for family and blessings. I almost laughed. Midway through the meal, I stood up with my wine glass. I'd like to make a toast. Everyone looked at me, smiling, expectant. I want to thank my family, I began, for teaching me the most valuable lesson of my life, for showing me exactly who you really are. Mom's smile faltered. 3 years ago, someone started stealing from me, opening credit cards, taking out loans, destroying my credit, my future, my life. And for a long time, I couldn't figure out who would do such a thing to me. The room went quiet. Then I hired a forensic accountant, and I discovered it was all of you. Mom, Dad, Derek, Jennifer. You stole over $350,000 from me. You used my identity, my hard work, my perfect credit to fund your lives while I worked 80-hour weeks just to survive. Derek's face went red. Jennifer started crying. Mom stammered, Rachel, we can explain. No, I cut her off. You can explain it to them. Right on cue, there was a loud knock at the door. Dad went to answer it, and in walked 4 federal agents and 2 NYPD detectives. Well, we have warrants for the arrest of Patricia Morrison, James Morrison, Derek Morrison, and Jennifer Stevens for identity theft, wire fraud, and conspiracy to commit fraud. The room erupted in chaos. Cousins gasping, aunts screaming, uncles trying to calm everyone down. Mom grabbed my arm. How could you do this to us? We're your family. Why pulled away? No, family doesn't steal. Family doesn't destroy. You're criminals who happen to share my DNA. They were handcuffed one by one. Derek yelled obscenities at me. Jennifer begged me to stop this. Think of her kids. Dad just looked defeated. Mom was the last one taken out. As she passed me, she whispered, "You'll regret this." I whispered back, "The only thing I regret is not doing it sooner." After they left, I turned to the remaining family members, all staring at me in shock. For anyone wondering, I have proof of everything. Bank records, forged documents, confession recordings. It's all been submitted to the FBI and the district attorney. And if anyone here knew about this and stayed silent, you might want to get a lawyer. I grabbed my coat and my pie, no way I was leaving that behind, and walked out. 3 months later, they all pleaded guilty. Mom got 2 years in federal prison. Dad got 4 because of the mortgage fraud. Derek got 18 months. Jennifer got probation and community service because she cooperated. My credit score is back to 790. I bought my condo in Manhattan last month. I got my promotion. My life is finally mine again. Last week, I got a letter from Mom. She's at the Federal Correctional Institution in Danbury, Connecticut. "Please forgive us," it said. "We're family." I wrote back on my new personalized stationery, the kind successful people use. "Family doesn't steal. You taught me that the hard way. Enjoy the next 2 years thinking about what you did." I didn't mail it. I sent it certified, return receipt requested. I wanted proof she got it, because that's what you do when you work 80 hours a week. You document everything, you build your case, and you win. If you love stories where hard work beats manipulation, and justice wears a power suit, subscribe to this channel, because revenge isn't just sweet, it's legally binding.